Most people know me as Shuji, the bold, unrestrained girl riding a motorcycle through the streets of Qingyi, the dark horse top scorer of Rujun High School, self-disciplined, clear-minded, and unwavering in pursuit of her dream to become a top architect. To the world, I am cool, straightforward, rational, and never love-struck, living brightly and independently without relying on anyone. Yet, few understand that this unbreakable sobriety and detachment, this perseverance and self-reliance are not innate. They are armor forged through years of silent healing, born from an empty gap deep in my heart and a lingering youthful regret. Beneath my tough exterior lies a lifelong yearning for tenderness and belonging that I have hidden for years. All my restraint, sensibility, and refusal to show weakness stem from an irreversible parting in my childhood. At the most innocent age when I needed maternal love the most, a sudden car accident took away the warmest harbor in my life. Overnight, all the warmth and fireworks of my childhood faded completely. From then on, I learned never to act coquettishly, never to show vulnerability, never to vent my sorrows recklessly. I internalized all emotions, digested all grievances, and endured all loneliness alone, growing up far earlier than my peers. People often comment that I am cold, overly sober, and unemotional in relationships. But I am not born indifferent. I simply learned caution too soon. There has always been a soft gap in my heart, a lingering obsession with my mother, a longing for a complete family, a secret yearning for worldly warmth and belonging. I habitually disguise myself with coolness and alienation, fill my life with self-discipline and academic pursuit, and guard my weaknesses with independence and toughness, hiding my inner emptiness and timidity from the world. I once believed my life would always remain steady, restrained, and solitary, chasing my architectural dream without pausing or sinking for anyone. Until that sweltering, cicada-buzzing summer in Qingyi, when I met Chen Luzhou, our encounter began with a gentle misunderstanding, a fated reunion carefully arranged by destiny. After the college entrance examination, the summer was long, hot, and humid. While everyone indulged in the joy of liberation or the sorrow of parting, I accidentally heard a warm, familiar voice amid the noisy crowd. It was Lian Hui, Chen Luzhou's adoptive mother, whose voice bore an uncanny resemblance to my late mother, soft, gentle, and comforting, instantly striking the softest hidden corner of my heart. The emotion at that moment was no infatuation or superficial fondness, but the sudden breakdown of years of repressed longing, a fleeting illusion that my mother was still by my side. I approached him initially out of pure nostalgia, clinging to that trace of familiar warmth and the brief comfort it brought. I never imagined that this tentative start rooted in old memories would completely disrupt my sober and restrained life, make me lay down my armor willingly, and plunge wholeheartedly into this vigorous, mutually redemptive love. At that time, Chen Luzhou was a legendary genius scholar famous throughout Qingyi No. 1 High School, a dazzling, clean-looking school heartthrob with outstanding youthful aura. He scored 713 points in the college entrance examination, even without taking the optional module, a true genius in everyone's eyes. To the outside world, he was arrogant, unrestrained, brilliant, and infinitely promising, seemingly surrounded by endless favor and glory. Yet only by walking close to him did I penetrate his glamorous exterior and see the desolate, lonely soul hidden beneath. I finally realized that this seemingly flawless genius was lonelier, more deprived of love, and more desperate for belonging than anyone else. Adopted by the Chen family at the age of 6 merely to shield his biological younger brother from bad fortune, he was nothing more than a glamorous ornament and a tool for the family's luck, never truly cherished or regarded as family. Despite his privileged life and decent circumstances, he had no real home, no exclusive preference, no unconditional tolerance or support. He learned to be sensible, restrained, compliant, and vulnerable from an early age, hiding all his fragility behind a bold and arrogant exterior. Seemingly confident and unrestrained, he actually lived in perpetual inferiority and restraint as an adopted child, sober yet exhausted, proud yet humble. The accident during his college entrance examination, the sleeping pills secretly given by his brother, the regret of missing an exam, and his family's casual tolerance and subtle estrangement made him fully realize his eternal status as an outsider in that family. Glory was his disguise, loneliness his essence, pride his armor, and tenderness his unknown true nature. Chen Luzhou and I are the most compatible kindred spirits in the world. Both wronged by fate and scarred by original family deficiencies, we endured long years of self-healing and struggled to grow up alone. I lost my mother and walked alone with lifelong regret and longing, craving warm and complete belonging. He never possessed a real family, wandering in prosperity with no fixed abode, yearning for stable and reliable refuge. I am a self-healer with a cool exterior and soft heart. He is a drifter with a dazzling appearance and desolate soul. Bearing respective imperfections, we stumbled into each other's lives in the warmest summer. Not accidental encounter, but destined reunion. A mutual devotion of two lonely souls across the crowd. Our early interactions were filled with misunderstandings and tentative probing. He mistakenly believed I was taking the initiative to pursue him, feeling arrogant and conflicted yet unable to stay away. I approached with tentative nostalgia and gentle attachment, gradually peeling off his thick layers of disguise. I saw a side of Chen Luzhou unknown to others, his delicate sensitivity behind the halo, his silent desolation in solitude, and his sincere and romantic inner self. He loved photography, accustomed to recording trivial worldly tenderness with his lens, yet never framed his own life properly. Sharp-tongued and awkward on the surface, he was extremely gentle and thoughtful in essence, reserving all his subtle tenderness, patience, and exclusive affection solely for me. He remembered all my preferences and tolerated every trace of my willfulness and stubbornness. He would quietly bring me warm late-night snacks, tidy up all trivial matters around me, accompany me silently and soothe my inner turmoil when I was low-spirited, and book a private cinema to spend exclusive birthday time with me, making up for the sense of ritual and tenderness I had lacked for years. He never flaunted his love or perfunctory companionship. All his deep affection resided in trivial daily warmth, steady, sincere, and everlasting. I once firmly believed in self-reliance and self-healing, assuming that the best state of life was freedom from attachment and restraint. I studied diligently, pursued my dreams, and lived a disciplined life, striving solely toward my architectural future, thinking solitary progress equaled perfection. But meeting Chen Luzhou taught me that true independence is not stubborn self-reliance, and true perfection is not solitary healing. Love is both weakness and armor, the mutual mending and fulfillment of two incomplete souls. Deprived of maternal love and longing for tenderness, I received ultimate exclusive affection from him. Wandering without refuge and craving belonging, he gained stable harbor and unwavering devotion from me. The world praises me for being brave, straightforward, and daring in love, taking the initiative to walk into his life and heal his desolation. Yet only I know redemption has always been mutual. It is Chen Luzhou's appearance that filled the long, empty gap in my heart, healed the persistent regret of losing my mother in youth, and liberated me from years of restraint and tension. He allowed me to relax from perpetual self-reliance, learn to be loved calmly, trust dependence fearlessly, and embrace tenderness and perfection without hesitation. Before him, my life was nothing but rushing forward and self-healing, daring no weakness or indulgence. With him, I finally gained a harbor to rely on, the confidence to show vulnerability and a reason to be gentle freely. I never feared worldly judgment or worldly discussion. Some questioned his complicated family background and awkward temperament. Some thought a sober and rational girl like me should not indulge in love. Yet only we know our affection is the purest and firmest, free from calculation, vanity, and perfunctory compromise. We love not for his glamorous scholar aura or superior family background, but for his inner sincerity, kindness, resilience, and vulnerable truth hidden beneath all disguise. The bravest, most resolute, and regretless decision of my life is my firm promise to him. Chen Luzhou, let's build a home. A home belonging solely to us, irrelevant to blood ties, worldly conventions, or status. A home free from perfunctory treatment, estrangement, calculation, and loneliness, filled only with mutual exclusive affection, long-term companionship, steady peace, unconditional trust, and tolerance. Knowing he'd wandered rootlessly all his life without experiencing genuine family warmth, I wanted to build a harbor for him with my own hands, ending his perpetual loneliness and letting him know someone in this world loves him firmly and accepts every part of him unconditionally. This summer love is the grandest and gentlest redemption of my life. We overcame mutual sensitivity and inner friction, healed past family traumas, endured worldly comments, and survived long-distance separation during university years. From tentative youthful encounter to steady adult companionship, we grew gradually into each other's firmest reliance. I clung firmly to my architectural dream, advancing steadily toward the goal of becoming a top architect, never abandoning myself or losing my original heart for love. He broke free from the shackles of his original family, let go of past obsession and grievance, walked out of years of lonely haze, discarded his arrogant disguise, and grew into a gentle, calm, and magnanimous version of himself. The finest love in the world is never one-sided fulfillment or attachment, but mutual growth, mutual accomplishment, and mutual faithfulness. I remain the sober, independent, and dream-chasing Shuji, retaining my love for motorcycles, freedom, and architecture, always progressing with my original heart intact. He remains the gentle, romantic, and sincere Chen Luzhou, always kind-hearted and hopeful. We never lost ourselves in love. Instead, we became better, more complete, and more relaxed versions of each other because of our encounter. I finally reconciled with the regrets of my youth and the emptiness in my heart. My mother's departure was once an irreparable pain and persistent obsession, rendering me cautious and restrained for years. Yet Chen Luzhou's tenderness and affection gradually healed my inner wounds, teaching me that parting is not an end and longing need not be indulged. Perfection in life is not innate completeness, but acquired fulfillment through encounter. The deficiencies endowed by origin can be remedied by love. The desolation left by years can be filled by companionship. I also thoroughly understood all of Chen Luzhou's awkward affection, pride, and vulnerability. He once lived in perpetual tension and caution, habitually protecting himself with indifference and arrogance, never daring to trust love, indulge in tenderness, or expect perfection. My unwavering preference, straightforward devotion, and unconditional trust allowed him to gradually lay down all defenses, learn to relax, accept love, and rest assured. He was no longer a wandering outsider, uncherished by the world, finally possessing exclusive belonging and someone who loves him regardless of his past. The summer in Qingyi is long, long enough to hold all our first encounters, tentative probing, heartthrobs, and entanglements. Yet our remaining life is longer, long enough for us to accompany, heal, and perfect each other slowly. In that cicada-buzzing summer with warm night breezes, I walked into his desolate and lonely world, and he filled my incomplete and regretful life. We mended each other's cracks, warmed each other's years, supported each other's future paths, and turned a gentle misunderstanding into a lifelong passionate and perfect love. I no longer force myself to be tough or restrained, no longer fear loneliness. I have lifelong dreams to pursue, gentle and enlightened family, free and magnanimous life, and unwavering mutual devotion lover. Still sober, independent, and unrestrained, I possess new relaxation and tenderness nurtured by love. Still chasing distant mountains and dreams, I no longer walk alone, with someone by my side, waiting for me and shielding me from wind and rain. I finally understand that the best love is not momentary passion and indulgence, but persistent choice after enduring loneliness, sincere treatment after experiencing scars, and unchanged original heart through years. It is the mutual redemption and perfection of two incomplete souls, the lifelong companionship and mutual devotion of two lonely youths, the shared appreciation of mountains and rivers, shared endurance of storms, shared passage of years, and shared warmth of the rest of life. May every summer be peaceful and every year be tranquil. Chen Luzhou and I are no longer solitary and self-healing strangers, but each other's ultimate belonging and lifelong perfection. We build our home with our own hands, weave warmth with companionship, and guard each other through time. All regrets turn to perfection. All loneliness turns to tenderness. All past stories become prologue. We are forever immersed in this endless, passionate, and lifelong love that belongs only to us.